Gelled at the right time. We had early in the year we had three juniors playing ball, and they just started to really come.
As you look back, you think there was a turning point any place during the season?
Really started to find ourselves after the Stillwater game, and then in the second game of the district was when we really started to play ball.
How do you feel about playing Hutch this afternoon?
Well, I'd just like to go out there and take them.
As the game turned out, Hutchinson eliminated Mounds View 68-56 in another fine game. It was Tadachik, Willard, and Helva who applied most of the pressure on Mounds View and a good share of the defensive pressure, too. Ross Tadachik led his team with 18 points. Now the scene was set for the first semifinal game against Hutchinson and Duluth East.
The first game of the evening session pitted Dave Opheim's Henning team against Little Blooming Prairie. Henning had an easy time handling Blooming Prairie 82-69. Henning erupted for 33 points in the third period as the Peterson twins did everything in the game. Bob Peterson tallied 29 points, while Dick Peterson poured in 20. After the game, Sid Hartman chatted with Dave Opheim.
Well, Dave, a year ago in your first ball game, you lost to Bemidji. It's quite a difference tonight, right?
That's right. We were a little bit more fortunate tonight as we come out ahead. We played a real fine ball game, I thought.
Dave, how about the Peterson boys? They certainly put on a show. They seem to have a tremendous amount of poise.
Yes, they do. They're real mature boys for high school. They've been starting out for us for 4 years, and they've matured and held their poise, and they've had a real good season for us.
Now we are set for another big game, Edina versus Windham.
Before the game, we talked to the two coaches. This is what Dwayne Baglian of Edina said.
Well, Dwayne, how do you feel about the game tonight, and what do you think about Windham after scouting them?
We have a lot of respect for Windham. We think they're a real fine ball club. When I saw them play in the finals of the regional tournament, they did a tremendous job as far as their shooting was concerned. They hit 60% from the field, and I heard that they had been averaging 50% all year long.
Next, we heard from Windham coach Dick Beach about the big one.
Dick, you got the real tough task. A lot of people think Edina is one of the favorites for the tournament. How do you feel about getting them in the first round?
Well, Sid, we know that Edina has a real fine basketball team. We scouted them during the tournament and have heard lots of real good things about Coach Baglian's team. They're going to be a real tough opponent. We feel we have a big responsibility.
As it turned out, this game was one of three heart-stopping games for Edina. With less than a minute to play, Windham led 50-49. Edina was equal to the task and came on to win a tough game. Listen as Ray Christensen describes the last few seconds of action.
He passes intercepted by Jones. Edina's ball, 11 seconds to go. They're in the front court. 9, 8 seconds, 7. They're moving the ball very well. And they clear it with 5 seconds to go. Back over to the right side, 3 seconds. In, under, putting it up. And making the basket. It doesn't count. There was a foul earlier with 2 seconds to go. And Edina free throw coming up.
No matter who wins this ball game, Ray, it's a great ball game and a tribute to both ball clubs. A real good game.
Indeed. Edina would appear to have it wrapped up, but you never know. They'll sure try not to foul. Shelfer ready. He does not make it. The rebound is passed over and stolen by Edina, and the ball game's over. Edina wins by 1 point, 60-59, in one of the most thrilling games this state tournament has ever seen.
And that was the end of the first day's action. Great basketball, and now the scene was set for the semifinals on Friday night. In the first game, Hutchinson clashed with Duluth East. Before the game, John Kunla chatted with Dennis Falk of Duluth East.
Well, Dennis, how about the opening game? You think that had any effect on you, the opening day jitters?
Well, I hope that was it. I hope we do a lot better today than we did yesterday.
How'd you like the floor playing at Williams Arena?
It was really great. It's sort of fun to play there and experience in itself. Just playing.
I also thought you adjusted your zone press real well. They got a little bit mechanical. They hit in the middle there, and you were waiting for them. After a couple of timeouts, I thought, Joe, you had a couple beautiful moves telling your ball players when that ball was going in, you intercepted it.
We also talked with Art Ulrich, the Hutchinson coach, about the game.
Well, Art, first of all, everybody's wondering how you're going to work against this zone press that Duluth East does so well.
Well, we've run into zones before. This is nothing that we haven't seen before. It's just a matter of how well we can adjust probably to the individual difference of the kids that are playing this particular zone.
John Kunla was saying before that he thought Duluth East was one of the quickest and fastest teams in the tournament. Do you agree?
Yes, I do, and along with his quickness, they're pretty good size, too, and I don't know whether we'll be able to handle that either.
As the game progressed, Duluth East found the target early and hit it often in blasting its way to a 76-49 victory over Hutchinson. East did everything right as they dumped in 26 of 55 shots for over 47% on field goals. Duluth had 4 men in double figures: Dennis Falk, Tom Baxter, Jeff Wells, and Bruce Backberg. Steve DeCosta for Hutchinson had 20 points.
Then it was time for the second.